Oh man, so boy, this morning has been crazy as hell, boy. So hours ago, I heard that Terry Rozier was arrested for gambling. Okay, that is Terry Rozier for the Miami Heat. He was suspected. There was already an investigation going on for him. He got arrested for gambling this morning. So at 10 p.m. they announced that FBI Director Kash Patel will be doing a press conference speaking on this. But before that shit, it was announced that Detroit Pistons legend, current head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, Chauncey Billups, was arrested for illegal gambling. Now, this is crazy. This crazy. The headlines had my mind spinning and running and thinking about how deep this possibly could have been, because what the hell is the head coach doing risking this shit in this way? It could have been even crazier than the actual player being arrested for gambling. A coach that has the control of the rotations, the minutes a player gets, all those things. Who guards who? It could have got sticky, but the real actual story that they're saying is Chauncey Billups was charged in an illegal poker operation tied to the mafia. Okay, so it sounds similar to the Gilbert Arena situation. It's not directly or actually him gambling on sports games. That's not what we're hearing so far. He's not gambling on in the NBA games. Okay, Terry Rozier, on the other hand, they believe he was gambling on the games for sure. But they say this is Malik Beasley watching Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups get arrested. Because Malik Beasley is being investigated too. Malik at his crib right now seeing Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier arrested for gambling. Like, yeah, your days may be numbered, my boy. Days might very well be numbered, my boy. But they say his situation isn't fully over. His fate depends on a DOJ announcement. What a crazy morning in the NBA. So they did speak on it for a little bit this morning. Here goes some audio.
The show this morning with highlights from the NBA. They had a great night last night. They're waking up this morning in the middle of a nightmare. Breaking news from the league. Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier have been arrested as part of the FBI's investigation into sports betting. Details are still coming in as we speak. You may be following this. Shams has a bunch of it on his Twitter if you're looking at that, and we are collecting and aggregating the information as much as we can, and we'll bring it to you as quickly as we possibly can in a responsible way. The situation that we know as far as Rozier, the core of his arrest is a March 2023 game that saw an uptick in Rozier bets coming in on the under. He left that game just 9 minutes in, citing a foot injury. He had previously not been accused of any wrongdoing. This is the same FBI probe that led to Toronto Raptors center Jontay Porter being banned from the league. So once again, we have 2 arrests that we are aware of this morning. We will have the very latest as we continue all morning long. We will follow this and bring you the latest information as we have it.
These boys like, damn, y'all wasn't getting enough money? I understand Jontay Porter, you know, he was a guy that was at the end of the bench, at the edge of the bench. Of course, he probably wants some more money, but damn, boy. There's a reason why I'm the go-to handyman in my house, just like there's a reason why Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. I'm not one of those guys who calls AAA the second a tire loses. If I'm on the side of the road, I'm not waiting around and filming a pray for me Instagram story. I'm popping the trunk and handling it. I fix what I can. I put things together myself. I'm stubborn like that. But even I know my limits. Because I'll change a tire, but I will not walk into a courtroom talking about your honor. I watched 3 YouTube videos, man. I think I got this. Nah. Morgan & Morgan has over 1,000 attorneys in more than 100 offices and $25 billion recovered for more than 500,000 people. Somebody got offered $350,000. Morgan & Morgan turned that into $12 million. Submitting a claim takes less time than arguing with someone about it. You can click the link in my description, type your info, done. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. Change your own tire if you want to, but when it comes to that money, let the pros handle it. Now, y'all heard about Jontay Porter. That's the only person that we know for sure that's been, I think he's been being waiting to be sentenced or sentenced already, but we know for sure, like, he cooked. Even his brother snitched on his ass. Well, this from Pablo Torres says, how did the mysterious NBA Twitter user know about Malik Beasley's involvement in a betting scandal before the NBA? It says, turns out he's a cousin of an alleged co-conspirator in the Jontay Porter case with a private meme coin chat. Whoa. Let's listen to this shit.
The same day that Terry Rozier news drops, This guy, FreeMoose_NBA, tweeted something that was even more provocative. On that day, he posted, quote, "First was Jonte, then was Rozier. Next you'll hear about capital M, 4 asterisks, capital B, and then 6 asterisks." This guy, FreeMoose_NBA, posted another tweet right after that one and said, "There's another current player who's gonna have a report come out about them next. Won't say the name, but they play on the Pistons right now."
What this is the first documented mention by anyone anywhere that Malik Beasley was going to come up as part of this investigation. This is how this news actually breaks. FreeMoose_NBA has it.
That's the crazy thing about this is maybe you think he's just throwing shit in the wall and trying to see what sticks, right? Shot in the dark. Then he quote tweets that tweet with a screenshot of a betting slip from January 22nd, 2024. That betting slip is Jonte Porter unders. Under on points, 5.5, and under on rebounds, 3.5. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh yeah, that's the game, right? No. The game that was in the court filings that under investigation for the first time was January 26th.
Yes.
Meaning whoever placed the slip had the in on the Jonte Porter action months before the investigation was announced.
The question here is now very simple. The entire internet, the entire NBA, we can now confirm this, right? Everybody begins to ask, Tom, who the is Moose_NBA? How did a random Twitter user know about both Jonte Porter and also Malik Beasley on the day that Terry Rozier's name was included for the first time, the second of the 3 guys, before any of this was breaking?
Making things way more complicated is that FreeMoose_NBA deleted his account and then disappeared off the internet. Nobody, to this day, has been able to solve the mystery of who is FreeMoose_NBA.
Until now.
What's going on?
Nothing much, my man. I'm busy at work, but not too bad. I took a little time off.
Oh yeah? What's work for you?
I am a manager at an auto collision shop.
When it comes to NBA Twitter, this guy says he's very well connected.
I know a bunch of people involved in the NBA space, so if I ever have any questions, I'm able to eventually get them answered.
And he is the sort of guy, again, who wants people to know that he knows things, including a forthcoming report about Malik Beasley. So on January 30th, 2025, the same day that the federal investigation into Terry Rozier was announced, he tweets that thing out, the prophecy of Malik Beasley.
I mean, I just did it to be a little cryptic. I knew nobody would believe it, but obviously it's fine. I just put it out there just to be a little cryptic for when it did come out. People could look back at it the way that they did when the news did came out.
But how did you come across the Malik Beasley info?
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people in the basketball and the gambling space, so word does get around. Eventually, it gets to me from people that I know. Obviously, people I'm not going to sit here and name, but I do have people that do know a lot about the gambling ring and NBA and stuff.
Who told him about Malik Beasley specifically? He kept claiming that this was something he saw on Reddit, which was kind of strange.
This is something that was dug up from Reddit. I mean, everything that I found and I tweet about, I only tweet about it because I find it publicly first.
I know people, I know things, but also I saw this on Reddit. So then I started asking Mustafa Omar, Moose, about the Jonte Porter FanDuel betting slip that he posted, which again was placed on January 22nd, 2024, months before the Jonte Porter investigation was ever public. Now, when I asked him about this, he became cagier than he'd been at any point in our conversation.
Honestly, I don't know much about the slip. Like I said, it was just sent to me from someone, but...
He said it was sent to him from someone else. It wasn't his betting slip. He just happened to get it and then post it onto his account. And this is where we should mention something we have not yet told Moose, which is that deep in our reporting, we found yet another screenshot. Yes, another one from Moose's private paywall Discord. He wrote explicitly, quote, "This next project is going to have people involved that no other project would even be able to get their hands on. Some names I can't even legally mention because they made so much money off a certain NBA gambling incident last season and are facing trials, but they will be involved in this."
Hell nah, boy. Some people just talk too damn much. Just talk too damn much, bro. Loose lips sink ships, but god damn, dog. That's just crazy. This is crazy. Now, speaking of talk too damn much, as I told y'all, Michael Porter basically confirmed that his brother was gambling and shit. There's something speaking on it.
Everybody has different things that they struggle with. That can go from people that struggle with alcohol, people that struggle with drugs. You know, my brother, for example, struggled with gambling. My vice has always come in the form of women. And when I'm far from God and like I'm not in my word, I'm not praying, I'm not prioritizing him, like that seems to be the place that the devil gets me, is in the space of women.
Hell nah. Hell nah. Hell nah. But yeah, man, these dudes, a lot of dudes going down for gambling, but I mean, it was bound to happen. Some people gonna try it. That's just how the shit is. That's just how the world works. That's how humans work. They gonna try to push the boundary. They gonna try to get over, man. That's just, they just the ones that just naturally fell into that position. Malik Beasley, allegedly right now. Terry Rozier still allegedly. Chauncey Billups something totally different, but you know, it's just crazy that comes out around the same damn time, this news. So it looks like it's similar, but they're not related cases at all, based on what I'm hearing, based on the news that I'm getting. And also, man, Chauncey Porter. So, hey, dog, y'all betting on these parlays. Be careful. I be betting too, but be careful, man. Just know, sometimes it ain't gonna go your way, and that is on purpose. Dudes say the league got to come together and claim Wemby been gambling too. It's the only way. But Wemby looked nasty last night. That boy had one sequence when he did a dribble drive from the three-point line to a layup, went back on the other end, blocked the shot, nasty block, then came back to the other end, sized up, tween, step back, drained a 3-4-point play. It was disgusting. Disgusting. Hey though, y'all let me know what you gotta say in the comment section below me. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here though. This is another update with Stace. Yo.